On naught, Darren and Keith, looking so strong there. Likewise, Joe and Richard on 2. Stephanie again, 4, not bad at all. Now, Barney and Jake, who would have thought 7 would leave you exposed as the high scorers? But I'm afraid 7 leaves you exposed as the high scorers.
Is 93 better than last time?
It is. And a world better, I hope, in your case, Jake, when it comes to the next pass. Right, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put another 7 answers on the board. We are looking for Peanuts characters, and we have got Schroeder, Snoopy, Max Yasgur, Linus Van Pelt, Monroe, Peppermint Patty, and Shermie. Let me read those one more time. Schroeder, Snoopy, Max Yasgur, Linus Van Pelt, Monroe, Peppermint Patty, and Shermie. And again, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, and at least one of those answers is incorrect. Try and avoid those incorrect ones at all costs. Jake, you remember Peanuts, don't you?
I have read it in the past, but whether I remember it's a different matter. I think I will go with Linus Van Pelt.
Linus Van Pelt. OK, well, let's see if that's a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Linus Van Pelt. It's right. That takes your total up to 21. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Jake. Linus Van Pelt, Lucy's brother and Charlie Brown's best friend.
Now then, Richard, you're on 2. The high scorers are Jake and Barney on 21. If you can score 18 or less with this answer, you are through to the next round. Remember, we're looking for Peanuts characters.
It's a complete stab in the dark, and I hope I'm going to be as lucky as Darren. I'm going to say Shermie.
You're going to say Shermie? Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Shermie. It's right. Very well done, Richard. Fantastic. Oh. Shermie, the money. That scores you 1, takes your total up to 3. Very well done indeed. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Richard. Everyone's riding their luck rather well at the moment. Shermie's actually one of the original 4 characters in Peanuts from 1950.
Pamela.
Yes.
You're on 4.
Yes.
Jake and Barney, still the high scorers on 21. If you can score 16 or less, you are through to the next round. Remember, we're looking for Peanuts characters.
Really, I just have to take my chances and hope it's low, and I'll go for Schroeder.
Schroeder.
Yeah.
There's your red line. Let's see if Schroeder can get you below that red line. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said Schroeder? That's right. You're through. Wow. Very, very well done. Schroeder is a pointless answer. It adds another 250 quid to today's jackpot. Takes the total up to £1,500. It scores you nothing, and it leaves you with a total of 4. Richard.
Yeah, well done, Pamela. That's like a proper pointless answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
One that someone knows and then is pointless. Yeah, he was the little boy who's always playing the piano.
Tiny piano.
An admirer of Lucy.
Keith. Now then, Keith.
I've got a tough act to follow here.
You have got a tough act to follow.
I know Snoopy, well, not personally, but that's going to be too obvious. Peppermint Patty's another one. I think Monroe was one of the characters, and that's what I'm going to go for.
You're going to go for Monroe. The high scorers are Jake and Barney on 21. You are on nothing. If you can score 20 or less with this answer, you are through to the next round. Let's see if Monroe is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. There is your red line. If Monroe gets you below that, you are through to the next round. Bad luck from hero to 0, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. Takes your total up to 100. Richard.
Keith, I'm so sorry. That seems very unfair. Monroe is Charles Schultz's middle name, I'm afraid. If you had said Peppermint Patty, which you knew absolutely, would have scored you 6 points. You'd be safely through to the next round. Snoopy, as you rightly say, that's a big score. It's 48. And Max Yasgur is the man on whose land Woodstock was held, the original Woodstock, so that was an incorrect answer as well.
Very good. Thank you very much, Richard. So at the end of round one, the losing pair with the highest score, it's Darren and Keith. Oh, dear. You're still smiling, though, Keith, which is great.
He knew nothing and then he got no
He
point.
knew nothing and scored nothing.
Clearly doesn't matter.
It clearly doesn't
We'll be
matter at
back.
all. You most certainly will be back. I mean, it's been brilliant having you on the show. I'm so sorry we say goodbye to you so soon, but lovely contestants, fantastic. Thanks for playing. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, only 2 pairs will make it through to the head-to-head, so one team is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is history. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second?
OK.
And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our second round question concerns historical events and their countries. In this round, we're about to show you a list of historic events. We asked 100 people to tell us in which country each event took place. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 historical events on each pass, and all you have to do is tell us the country that it took place in. The more obscure the event, the fewer points you're going to score. If you give us an incorrect answer, you will score 100 points. See how many of these 12 you can get at home. And we're looking for the modern-day names of these countries. And as always, by country, we mean a member of the UN, which is a sovereign state in its own right.
Thank you very much, Richard. So we are looking for the country in which these historic events took place. And we have got the Boer War, storming of the Bastille, Pompeii destroyed by Vesuvius, reign of Ferdinand and Isabella, Biafra declares independence, Jesse Owens wins 4 Olympic gold medals. I'll read all of those one more time. The Boer War, storming of the Bastille, Pompeii destroyed by Vesuvius, reign of Ferdinand and Isabella, Biafra declares independence, Jesse Owens wins 4 Olympic gold medals. So, Pamela,
Yes.
you're first out of the blocks. How confident are you feeling?
I
about
love
these?
history. It's one of my most favourite topics ever.
I am so pleased.
Unfortunately, it's the only O-level that I failed at high school. So I'm just going to have to play a little bit safe, but maybe I'll say storming of the Bastille in France.
OK, storming of the Bastille in France. A little bit safe, but
Yeah.
better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's hope that works for you. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said the storming of the Bastille was France. 68. It's 32 better than 100, Pamela. Not that bad. 68 for France, Richard.
Yeah, 14th of July, 1789, the storming of the Bastille in the very early days of the French Revolution. There were only 7 prisoners inside it at the time.
God, they kept that quiet, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
OK, thanks, Richard. Now then, Joe.
This is going to be a total guess because I have no clue on any of them.
You have no clue about any of these?
No. So, as a complete guess, I'm going to go for
Yeah, huh?
reign of Ferdinand and Isabella, and I'm going to say Spain.
You're going to say Spain for Ferdinand and Isabella. OK, well, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Very well done, Joe. That was a brilliant guess. And a pleasingly low-scoring one as well. 29 for that. Richard.
This is like a fluke special, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, Ferdinand and Isabella. Ferdinand did all sorts of things. He set up the Spanish Inquisition. He funded Columbus's travels. And one of their children, Ferdinand and Isabella, was Catherine of Aragon. Lucky.
Isabella sounded Spanish.
Very good. Well, it scored you 29, so well done. Now then, Barney.
Yes, Alexander.
Remember, we're looking for the modern-day country in which these events took place.
OK. Well, I can tell you that Pompeii was in an episode of Doctor Who. I'm going to go Pompeii, Italy.
Pompeii, Italy, you're going to say. Well, let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Pompeii, Italy. Very well done. 61, that scores you. Not a terrible score at all. 61 for Pompeii, Italy, Richard.
It's a little bit like being at the International Symposium of Historians, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yes, Pompeii, Italy, Doctor Who. Absolutely right. I'm looking forward to your thesis. Should we fill in the board? Alexander, do you fancy any of these? I tell you, Jesse Owens wins 4 Olympic gold medals. That's actually a very high scorer.
Germany, is it Germany?
Yeah, it was at the Berlin Games, so it's in Germany. The Boer War.
South Africa.
South Africa. Absolutely right, would have scored 40. Now, the best answer on the board is Biafra declares independence. Well done if you got that. Any ideas?
Nigeria.
Nigeria, exactly right. Would have scored 8 points. So well done if you got that at home.
OK, well, let's take a look at the scores as we are halfway through the round. On 29, Joe. 29.
Not bad.
It's like having Simon Sharma standing in front of me. And then we come to Barney and Jake, Doctor Who.
It's all about Doctor Who.
All about Doctor Who. Taught me pretty much everything I know. On 61. And then on 68, not very far ahead, Pamela and Stephanie. Yeah. Stephanie, nominally, you are the high scorers, but I wouldn't say there's that much in it, to be honest. So anything could happen in this next pass. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more historic events on the board, and here they are. Storming of the Winter Palace, 100 Flowers Campaign, Watergate, assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, bombing of Guernica, and ancient Olympics. Let me read those one more time. Storming of the Winter Palace, 100 Flowers Campaign, Watergate, assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, bombing of Guernica, ancient Olympics. Remember, we're looking for the modern-day country in which these events took place. And you're obviously trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now then, Jake. You're on 61. You're not the high scorers. The high scorers are Stephanie and Paola on 68. If you can score 6 or less with this answer, you are through to the head-to-head.
I do know some of them. So I'm going to go for... I'm going to go ancient Olympics and Greece.
Let's see if Greece is indeed the answer to the ancient Olympics. And if it is, how many people said it? Yeah, well done. 71. Quite a high-scoring one there, not surprisingly. That takes your score up to 132. Richard?
Yeah, the first champions were recorded in 776 BC in the Olympic Games.
Now then, Richard, you are through to the next round, whatever happens. You're on 29. Even if you score 100, there's no way you will overtake Jake and Barney's high score of 132.
I think I'm going to try and have a bit of a guess then at the storming of the Winter Palace. I don't know. Norway.
Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Norway. Bad luck. Unfortunately, Norway's an incorrect answer, but who cares? You're through to the next round, come what may. Your score total is 129. Richard?
Yes, not Norway. Not Norway, I'm afraid. Unless, again, we've uncovered a whole new strain of historical thought, which I'm not ruling out. I won't say what the answer is, just in case the other team want to have a go.
Now then, Stephanie, you are on 68. If you can score 63 or less, you are through to the head-to-head. Remember, we are looking for the country, the modern-day country in which these historic events took place.
I'm going to say India and the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi.
OK, India, the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. Here comes your red line. If you can get below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. If you're not below that red line, we say goodbye to you, and Jake and Barney go through to the head-to-head. OK, let's see if India is right for the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, and if it is, let's see how many people said.